Welcome to rugby. We're back and it's Saturday afternoon. How are we all? Good, I hope. Yes. Edinburgh Rugby keeping us safe. The ball bags are working well. I hope everyone is safe and healthy and looking forward to watching the game over there, but watching us and listening to us over here. My name is Bruce Aitchison and I'm going to be your host for tonight. This is an exciting game. We're in Bordeaux. The season keeps going. Let's hope we've got some more rugby to look forward to. Time is ticking towards kickoff, and you know that we've got some special guests joining us. So let's bring in the first one. And he has been described many times as special. He's the one and the only Mr. Lewis Carmichael. Hello, Lewis. How are you? Oh, somebody's on mute. Somebody's on mute. Sorry. There you go. There you go. Yeah, we can hear you now. We missed your really funny intro there, though.
No funny intro. How are you getting on?
Yeah, very well. What's the story with the facial hair? Has it been a long week? Has it?
Oh, very long week. Yeah. Just an injury beard. You know, I've been injured for the last couple of weeks, so I just thought I'd try and grow it. So it's only been a couple of days, really, but I'll be coming off soon.
And is it getting a bit itchy?
It is getting a bit itchy, actually. When you've got to wear a mask, you know, I'm constantly itching it, so it's not ideal. But you know, I'll be coming off soon, so no issues.
So how is the injury? When do we get to see you back in action?
I basically just kind of been cleared kind of this week unofficially, so I'd hopefully be back in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I feel good to go. So be back playing very soon, I think.
Good news. I'm going to bring in our next special guest, the one and the only Mr. Matt Gordon, who joined us from London Scottish, and he's from just south of Edinburgh, I think. How are you, Matt?
Yeah, very good, thanks. How are you?
Good to see you. Did you watch the Super Rugby final in Aussie this morning?
We're in training today, so we didn't get to see it, but I just caught the end of it. So I think the Reds went down to the Brumbies, so that doesn't bother me.
Oh, it doesn't bother you? Oh, okay. I thought, nah. Edinburgh through and through. You see, that's what it is. How are you feeling? Are you enjoying life in Edinburgh?
Yeah, no, it's been really good. Obviously, it's a little bit different with all the COVID stuff. We can't really get out and do everything we want to, but yeah, it's been good. It's a beautiful place. So look forward to getting out and having a bit more of a look once things settle down a bit.
And what's it like being part of this squad? They made you feel welcome? Yeah,
it's really good. It's a really good bunch of lads. So they made me and all the other boys feel really welcome. So it's a pretty easy transition.
Right, I need absolute honesty here. Absolute 100% honesty. Have you got a clue what Darcy or Rory Sutherland are saying?
I don't know. I think sometimes I just nod my head, but yeah, no. Sometimes it's a bit of a shambles, but I'm getting better. I think. Hopefully by the end.
Takes a little bit to tune in every now and then to some of those accents, I would guess.
Yeah, it's all right. I had Stevie Scott at London Scottish, and he had a pretty thick accent, so I got used to that a little bit.
It gets thicker. It gets thicker the angrier he gets as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I didn't see him angry too often, so that was
nice. You must be a good guy. You're definitely worth being here. Brilliant to have you with us, Matt. Looking forward to this. And last, but by no means least, there he is. It's big, handsome. It's Jamie Hodgson. Hello, Jamie.
How are we doing?
Oh, I am so jealous.
Big handsome. I've not had that much.
So jealous of that hair. Look at that. That is magnificent. Where are you, Jamie? Please don't tell me you're out in a cafe or a bar with that wallpaper on behind you.
No, just in the flat. Just in the flat.
And is that you that's picked that wallpaper out?
It's actually it's Lewis's design.
Lewis Carmichael, interior design. You heard it here first. Charlie Shield does the hair. Lewis Carmichael does the interiors. Is that how this works?
Chucking me under the bus, OJ.
Sounds good to me.
Hello, Jamie. How are you?
Yeah, good mate. We were just in this morning, so bit of graft for the three of us this morning, but excited for getting to watch this.
And what do we reckon, boys? Is they're beginning to get ready to come out? What was the feeling like this week in the camp after the Ulster game a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, obviously disappointing after the Ulster game, but The guys have had a good week's training in, and they're just ready to go, to be honest. Yeah, they're looking forward to it.
Matty, how excited is 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘾𝙃𝘼𝙇𝙊𝘉 to get a start on the wing?
Yeah, I think he's been itching to have a run, so I think he's pretty excited. I reckon he might have a good game today. He's been pretty good at training since I've been there, so I'm pretty excited to see how it goes.
Jamie, up front, boys ready for the challenge?
Yeah, 100%. I think off the back of that Ulster, everyone was pretty gutted, pretty deflated, and got a massive challenge against a pretty brutal, heavy, big Bordeaux pack. So, they'll definitely be more than up for it.
And Chico getting a start at 9. Lewis, he must be absolutely buzzing.
Yeah, he's absolutely buzzing. Chico's a really exciting player. Loves to run with the ball. He's been very exciting the games that he has played. So, it's good to get him. It doesn't really come much of a bigger stage than this, but he'll be absolutely itching to go.
Jamie, the bench is heavily loaded with the big lads. Is that because we know there's a battle coming with Bordeaux?
Yeah, like I said there, they're a big pack. They're heavy. They'll probably wear us down in the scrum and around the park. So we've got to have that impact off the bench as well and forward pack. So I just loading that with the forwards will give us that little bit extra nudge, hopefully, and be able to get over the line with these big boys from France.
𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃𝘃𝘃 going to kick the leather off it today, Matt?
Yeah, he's been kicking pretty well, so hopefully he just keeps that up. But yeah, there might be a little bit of kicking in today's game, I think. We'll see.
What's the story, Lewis, with the boys that got in the dream team? Do the rest of the squad take a bit of reflected glory, or do you just give them a bit of a wind up for that?
Obviously it's great for these guys that getting in that dream team. I kind of think it kind of shows that the hard work that we've done generally as a team, and it's great to see these guys, get recognised for that. So, you always give guys like Duan a little bit of stick and stuff, but it's great for these boys to be involved in that.
And does anybody dare mention to Cockers about being Coach of the Year?
Nope, absolutely not. Just not even mentioned, mate. Not even mentioned.
Not even mentioned. Well, we've got up and running, and Big Bill's just fumbled the kickoff, so we're up and running. We're into the game now. It looks like Bordeaux are going to try and put some pressure on. What's the forwards must be thinking? Work rate from this position, are they?
Yeah, 100%. I just saw that at the start there. I don't think we really want to be playing any rugby in our own kind of, on the 30-metre line, or 30 metres out. We don't want to be playing any rugby there. Like you said, we'll probably be kicking the ball a lot in this probably first half. But we just need a good solid D set just now, and hopefully we can get some rugby in their half.
Matty, it looks like we're putting a bit of pressure on. JJ was up pretty quick there to try and box them in.
Yeah, I think just don't really want to give their wingers too much space. They're both pretty dangerous. So, it is a big focus is the kick chase. So it's pretty important today.
Bordeaux going up the short side there. Hodgie, everybody got to stay alive in D.
Yeah, they're a French team. They can be pretty loose, so they're difficult to preview. You never really know what they're going to throw at you. So, like that sort of short side attack, there's going to be a lot coming, and you never know what to expect with these guys.
Matty, you got George Taylor in there. He's an exciting prospect, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's really good. He's quite deceptive, George. He runs the ball pretty hard and hits pretty hard as well. So he's a very good player.
What are we looking for as a good outcome here? Are we hoping they make a mistake, or is there a chance for turnover inside the 22?
Just trying to keep them out, I suppose. I think if we can keep their pack moving as much as we can, they'll probably end up tiring out because they are pretty big. But as long as we keep them out here.
How important are the back row when we get into positions like this? They've obviously got to choose very carefully when they go for it. Yeah,
very, very important. That was a pretty good D set there. Managed to make them make a mistake, and I think that's key. Pick your moments. Just let them run it. Have a good solid D, and eventually these big guys, they're going to get tired. It's not going to show just now, but 60 minutes, 70 minutes, these guys are going to be pretty tired, and I pretty back our forward pack to outwork them, to be honest.
So we're gonna have a challenge on scrum time, because the French teams pride themselves on that, don't they? Has that been a focus this week, or is scrum just always a focus?
Scrum's always a focus. We actually looked the last time we played them, and we actually scrummaged very well against them last time we played them, away from home as well. So we do a lot of scrummaging work during the week, and yeah, we always back our scrum in every game. But you've got to have a good set piece in these big European matches.
So from here, you've all mentioned it really about not playing too much rugby. Do we know that this is an exit coming up here?
Yeah, I think so. I think probably just try and play down their end. So try and look to get rid of it as soon as we can, I think. Just have to see.
Some lessons learned from the Ulster game as well. It's just whereabouts we want to play on the pitch. And so I think we'll probably be exiting quite a lot today and playing in their half of the park, hopefully.
What was the feeling after the Ulster game with the number of penalties that were conceded? Has that been a work on for the boys, or is that just one of those games where it just didn't quite work?
I think we spoke about the fact that it was just we were pretty inefficient with how we worked, and those closing minutes, last 10-15 minutes of the game, we were just the forward pack was knackered, and then you see us conceding penalties like that because of it. So, run around.
Chance on here.
Yeah, that's a try.
Yeah, it's unfortunately Jimmy just had a bit of he was a little bit isolated and managed to cough up the ball, and give these teams like Bordeaux an opportunity like that, they're going to take it, unfortunately. So
losing a try, three and a bit minutes on the clock. It's now time to gather under the sticks. Who takes over here? Is this a Rambo moment, or is this a 𝙒𝘏𝘃𝘃 moment, or who's the talkers now?
It's probably most likely going to be Rambo. I mean, I think we kind of talked about that after the Ulster game, that we just need a clear voice when these kind of things happen, especially early on or even late in the game. Just one voice. There's probably not too much to be said at this point, because it's just, unfortunately, a little bit of individual error there. No one's really fault, just unlucky. So nothing really changes. They'll kick off, and then look to apply pressure more on Bordeaux again.
How important are the messages coming for Stevie Laurie carrying the water on there? Is there anything this early in the game coming on, or is it really just a case of still trying to settle into it?
I think this early on, it's you don't need to say too much. I mean, they're only 5 minutes in, so it is key. Later on in the game, you really do want these messages coming on, because these guys can see things that you can't see. So no, his messages are very important, but I don't think he'll be saying too much now. It's only 6 and a bit minutes in, or 6 minutes in, so I don't think he'll be saying too much at the moment.
So after that, we're now going to the kickoff. How much of the chat under the bar is right? Here's the kickoff, and here's the outcome we're looking for from this kickoff. Yeah, so it's an opportunity to start again. They'll want to kick it long, apply pressure in their half, and we've just seen there that a good kick, bit of pressure, and force a penalty. I think it was a knock on or offside there. So
offside, yeah.
Offside from the kickoff. So that's good. Hopefully 𝙒𝘏𝘃𝘃 can kick this one through and get some points on the board. And then
those are tough moments, aren't they? You're so vulnerable. You've just scored. The number of times where this looks like it's going to be a 3 rather than anything more, but you've just gone 7-0 up, and then you make a silly mistake and chance to concede 3. That was Edinburgh suffered from that against Ulster. We scored and then ended up conceding. So psychologically, does this get the boys back on the horse, Matty?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's why you see you actually see in rugby league in Australia, there's teams that after they score, they'll get together and do breathing exercises and stuff just to kind of calm everyone down, because I think it is such a crucial little time. Because I think you might just relax there for a little bit, but yeah, hopefully he's just missed that. But hopefully the boys can get one back on them soon. So.
A miss for Yaku. That's will that unsettle him, or is he cool enough to just shrug that one off?
I think he'll just shrug that one off. He should be fine. Yeah.
Kicked enough in his time to to know he won't miss more of them.
Yeah.
So
that might kick him into drive.
Now we're on a kick-off receive from a 22. Is this where we try and get certain players' hands on the ball? Are we looking for Bill? Are we looking for Blair here?
Yeah, I think we definitely want the guys like Bill carrying the ball. I think Chico was quite unlucky there. I thought that went backwards. Yeah, so again, Bordeaux put a bit of pressure on us. They've got a scrum on our 22, so it's another big defensive set coming up. But yeah, we always back a defence, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. But big D set coming up.
Do the boys thrive on D? Kitty McRae is obviously the defence coach. Is there big motivation to be strong in D?
Yeah, big time.
I mean, yeah. There you go, mate.
Yeah, like I think it comes out, like I've only been here for a few months, but like the amount of defensive work we do at Edinburgh is a fair bit. So you can really see it in our game as well. So I think that's something we really pride ourselves on. So hopefully today, yeah, I think it should show.
He's pretty big on detail, so we've got numerous defensive reviews throughout the week, and every little detail will be highlighted in them. So we get a lot of feedback on that, and it's like Matt said, it's something we definitely pride ourselves on as our defence.
Do the boys have little small conversations around things like D? A word here on a point of technique, or a little bit maybe of ticker or emotion? Do those things happen amongst the squad?
I think boys will definitely have their own personal things in D. But as a team, we've got a collective group of defensive leaders that will go and review stuff and feedback to the group. And so when we're going into sessions, we have key things we want to get out of the session and put forward and put into practice so we can put that into the game.
So scrum time, that's the first one on their ball that we've had a little bit of trouble with. Does that forward pack, how do they retrieve that situation for the next one?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Obviously, it's clear to see that momentum is clearly with Bordeaux at the moment. But I don't need to worry or anything. It's still early on. I think they just need to play the game in the right areas of the pitch at the moment and cut out individual errors, and they'll be fine. It's not the first scrum of the game, so we're sure that we can definitely stay in the fight. So I think everyone just needs to chill out a little bit. It seems a bit frantic. So yeah, I think in 5 minutes it'll settle down a little bit.
We've not spent any time on the ball, have we? When we've had it, we've had to kick it, and then we've had one turnover. They've had the ball twice and managed to pick up 2 scores. So it's important to get some time on the ball. 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃 kicks along again. Middle of the field's obviously a tactic today.
Yeah. On you go, mate.
Yeah, I think that was just a tactic through the week, just to kick the ball down the middle, and I think it just makes it a little bit harder for them to get out of their own half, because they do like using that their halfback as their main kicking option. So it gives us a few more meters, I think.
So sticking it down the middle forces him to kick on a poorer angle, which gives us a bit more of an advantage for the line out.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit harder. Makes it a little bit harder to get out of your own half. So.
Also asking the forwards, Jamie, to get through a couple of reps of carrying the ball, tire them out a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I think if we put the ball up the middle, it definitely forces them to exit off the kick. It makes it a more difficult kick, and I think the scrum half first time did a good job and got it past the halfway. But if we can get them exiting in their own half before the halfway line, we've got a different line out. We're striking at them rather than more of an exit line out. So it just changes the way we play the game. So.
Well, who's he penalised there? Blair looked like he made the tackle. Who's he penalised? Is that next man in?
I don't know. I couldn't even see what that was.
No,
it didn't look like anything was wrong there, to be honest. But.
No, I think it was Blair the one that got penalised.
George.
I didn't see what happened. Yeah, very good carry from George.
Gives the back row a chance to get over that ball, doesn't it? When he gets that extra little bit of go forward there.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
running at the 10 is always
Massive difference.
it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nice to run at fly half.
Yeah.
Looks like he's opened up a little bit. Was that on the George carry?
Yeah,
I think it was. Yeah.
It's a bloody tough game, isn't it? You boys are daft as brushes for playing this thing, aren't you? It's just brutal.
Very brutal. Very brutal. I was lucky enough. I played Bordeaux when we played them in the pool stages away, and they're huge. They're a very big forward pack, and you're sore for days after playing these guys. Yeah, and it's very hot there as well just now. I think it's close to 30 degrees. So you see 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃 not even wearing a scrum cap, so it must be hot.
𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃 doesn't feel that though, does he? 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃's he's desensitized to pain. 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃's just conditioned for the hard stuff.
He just loves it, mate. Absolutely loves it.
Yeah, he's some man. It's quite a double act in the second row there. Thule and 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃, two hard men. They're obviously up for this challenge today.
No, yeah, definitely. 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃 and Thule love getting stuck in. You know, they're one of the best second rows, in my opinion, in the country. And they'll love games like today. You know, big forward pack. Like you say, they're two very hard men. So, I think these guys will have big games today.
That's a great turnover, Jamie, with the driven maul. The maul's so difficult to defend if you get it right, but it looks like we've disrupted that. How does that go? How have we managed to get that ball back?
Yeah, we've done a huge amount of work on that this week on our line-out D detail, and there's a lot of individual stuff on that, but it's just a lot of things we speak about is just getting in early and fast and beating them before they can build the maul effectively. So we've got in early, we've hit it really hard, a lot of impact, and we've got second impact from guys like 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃 and stuff like that, and just makes it really difficult for them to build the maul. We've done a really great job there.
Matty, when the forwards are doing stuff like that at training, do you just look across and thank the Lord that you wear 12 and 13 on your back?
Yeah, it does. It looks pretty grim, to be honest with you. I'm probably pretty lucky. I probably could have got caught in there, to be honest with you. But I just dodged the call to go into hooker at certain points in my career. Yeah,
smart move. So scrum time right on the touchline. Is this a chance to have a crack?
Yeah, 100%. I think it just depends. But yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to try and get through them, especially with some of the players who might look to use Blair and use his speed to get on the outside. But we'll just have to see. I assume so, yeah.
Happier with that scrum forwards?
Yeah,
look more solid.
It was a good scrum. Unfortunately, just got done with a penalty there. But yeah, much better scrum. You want these solid scrums to be able to play off, but just unlucky there with a holding on penalty. So we've got another shot at goal, unfortunately.
Is that another example of a big one against a little one? Darcy's obviously in there trying to clear. He's up against a bigger opponent. That's where we need the reinforcements in behind him. Yeah,
I think we're just maybe a little bit slow getting to that breakdown. And unfortunately, when you get a big guy like that clamping on the ball, you know, you need to beat them in before they even get a chance, because when these big guys latch on the ball, it's very hard to get them off.
Yeah. Darcy takes great delight in challenging the big men, doesn't he?
Loves getting stuck in.
He's pretty strong. He's in all the backs weight stuff. He's actually like one of the strongest like squatters in that too. So he's pretty deceptively strong.
Yeah, Matt, something you've got to do when lockdown eases a little bit and you're allowed to travel, you need to accept Darcy's invitation to go to the 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃 common riding, okay? Just make sure that you keep that Saturday free, and when Darcy gives you the invitation, without hesitation, you just accept, and you will have the best day of your life, I promise you.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Make sure you take a tin helmet and a bulletproof vest, but you'll be okay. And the people from 𝙒𝘏𝘃 will welcome you with open arms. And you'll just see the crowds part as King Darcy comes strolling down the main street.
Bit of royal treatment.
Yeah, he's some man, is our Darcy. Forcing them to kick.
Yeah, well, we've just been given a penalty now, so opportunity to get the ball into their half and kind of play a couple of phases together. It feels like we've not really had too much time having a crack at them, to be honest. So it's a good opportunity. Blair's just kicked it out into their half, so yeah, it'd be good to get a strike going off this line out.
Good for Damo's confidence there, Matt. Even though it's a carry inside his own half, he got maybe 15 metres there. Good for his confidence.
Yeah, he looked really good then with the ball in hand. I think it actually looked like it was going to open up for him. So he's pretty evasive and he's super strong. So yeah, it'll be good to see him get a little bit more ball because yeah, he, as I said, I think he's super keen to play. So I think he'll be good when he gets the ball in hand.
Yeah. So
yeah,
line out.
Confidence.
Line out call early here. Do we know where we're going? Do we need much direction? Is this just learned behaviours here?
Yeah, I think we might be a little bit ahead here. Yeah, unfortunately, they just got up in front of Jamie there, managed to steal it, but we've kicked it downfield and got a 22 to go again. So not the best. Obviously, we wanted to strike at them in their own half, but Blair will nudge this right up the field and just another defensive set.
Keep rolling, keep rolling.
There's a lot of ground to cover back there on turnover ball, isn't there, for a 15 when you're up in your position ready to attack and then it's a turnover and it gets booted down the other end of the field. You've got a long way to go.
Yeah, it's a lot of running, fullback.
It's nothing worse when you're a forward as well, having to run all the way back. Right. It's a long way.
We just need to spend some time on the ball and build some phases. We've not really been able to get our paws on it in their side, their half.
No, unfortunately not. It's been mostly Bordeaux attack and Edinburgh defence, but Jamie Richards just got a great turnover there and won the penalty. So just another opportunity for probably Blair to kick it long and just try and get some attacking rugby in their half, to be honest.
Jamie's been unbelievable in the last 12 months, hasn't he? Just the World Cup seemed to really suit him, and he's come back and just seems like he's got a huge appetite for his work at the moment.
Yeah, he's last year he's what a year he's had, and yeah, he just loves getting stuck in, and he's been playing very, very good rugby recently. So it's great to have him.
Yeah, we're way behind.
Yeah, Matty and I are on delay, I think, here.
Yeah, I think I'm the
same as well.
Because whoever talked about Jamie Ritchie's turnover, I'm going, well, geez, I've missed that, and then
it's just happened. Now. Yeah. Now we're on. We'll see. Lewis is going to be able to give us the big cheer when we get the score, and then the three of us will be 2 minutes later.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit heady. I'm on 19 minutes and 40 seconds, so.
You must have some quality Wi-Fi there, Lewis.
Oh, but luckily I've got BT Sport, so I'm just watching it on the telly.
So what happened with the line out? We'll get into your crystal ball and tell us.
Which one?
No spoiler.
I don't want to spoil it. It's a nice little one down the front.
It was a nice little one down the front. I thought we were going to get called for that ball back to Rambo being forward there.
I know. I was thinking the same, actually. I thought that was a slight bit forward, but Jamie done very well, actually.
Chico likes it when he gets loose, doesn't he?
Yeah, he loves it. He loves it when he breaks up and there's loads of space, yeah.
You boys will be too young to remember Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. Darcy taking that ball outside Yaku there and just crashing into the big lads because he doesn't actually realise that he's 4 stone dripping wet. Like, have you ever seen that Billy Connolly sketch where he talks about wildebeest? He said wildebeest are the most stupid animals because they don't know they're wildebeest. They think if a lion comes, they'll just fly away. I think Darcy's a wildebeest. I don't think he realises how small he is.
Probably not, but to be fair, it doesn't stop him doing it time after time. So
he's just unreal. He is unreal. Great example for a small man to do well. Him and Shane Williams. So you've not cheered yet, Lewis, and we're now just at the line out, short of the line.
We're just currently attacking on their 22 at the moment. It's just kind of going side to side at the moment, and unfortunately they've just turned the ball over.
Much better line out to the tail though, Jamie. We've got to be happier with that.
Yeah, no, it's really good line out. I think was previewed during the week that they mirror really hard. They'll chase a lot of things. So going forward, putting Benny at the back there is really strong. Good call.
So this pressure that we're watching, Lewis, you've already told us comes to nothing.
Yeah.
I think we need to start refreshing the page.
I know.
You just getting isolated in that wide position with Darcy carrying there.
Yeah.
Where the Bordeaux wingers haven't really featured yet. Is that something that we've previewed, Matt, in the week about the wingers getting involved?
Yeah, well, they're pretty loose side, so it's hard to really know what they're going to throw at you, because I don't really think they know either. So if the game gets a bit scrappy, then their wingers come in. Like obviously Ben Lamb is a pretty dangerous player, but you just don't really know with them. They seem to vary with how they play every game, so they're a pretty tough team to preview. They're very loose.
The stereotype of French rugby just continues to be met, though, doesn't it? It's hard to preview. They love playing at home. They've got a big forward pack. They like it when it gets loose, and yet it seems to be reasonably effective for a lot of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe they miss a few training days through cheese and wine days. So their structure's not quite as strong, but they always seem to be very good. So, but yeah, they are very. It is a very loose kind of rugby, and they seem to have massive forward packs all the time.
That's what money can buy you.
That's what money can buy. Some good front football off the line out, and they're coming onto the ball with a bit of pace, giving us a chance to get in and slow it down a little bit.
Yes, it's a reasonably good D-set. They just transferred pressure and just. I don't know what I say too much. So I feel like I'm ahead of his. But now they've just transferred pressure a little bit, so we've got a line out now and just 10 meters out. That is a good line out.
They've done well there because they weren't going anywhere yet. They've pinged us into the corner and making us play out, knowing that we're going to have to exit. Do you think they're hoping that we get a couple of loose exits and that gives them a chance to get loose, Matt, get their wingers into the game?
Yeah, I think they're just using the territory pretty well to their advantage at the moment, just turning our wingers around and whatnot. But they're playing pretty well. But we've done pretty well just to kind of stop the points and just kind of settle down a bit. So we just need to get a good exit here, good line out.
They're playing pretty good strat, to be honest.
It's such a killer there, isn't it? When you're applying pressure and then you get a hothead comes through and gives away that penalty. That must be so frustrating. I know that was for Bordeaux, so it's not so much for us.
Yeah.
But that situation is such a frustration, isn't it? When you give away such penalties.
It is annoying because when you're in that position, you know that you're going to have to make them exit. So you're most likely going to get possession back. So when you do something like that and give away a penalty, like you said, it's good. It's a good one for us. But you just give them. Sorry, it's going away here. You just give them possession when you don't need to. Oh, big tackle by Matter.
Line out seems to be functioning a bit better, Jamie. You've got to be happier with that after the first turnover.
Yeah, Gilco and Thule very experienced. Obviously they'll go over 200 caps now for clubs, so something like that's not going to phase them. And the next job, they'll get the job done.
Yeah, they're just beginning to enjoy this, getting a bit loose.
Big Bill Mata saves the day.
He just loves that, doesn't he? I saw Ben Ryan tweet about the one he chased back and got Ali Price with maybe a bit of Sevens experience. Is that good play by Bill, or should he have been up in the defensive line there? Is he given license to roam around in the backfield like that?
Oh, I think he's come from the other side of the field. Like, just efforts like that are just that's unbelievable from him. Really, he's just saved 7 points. But yeah, I don't know where it was.
I don't know where it was either. He just kind of came from nowhere.
He's still not in that screen, and he's chasing down. He's chasing down a winger. Like, he's still not in that shot, and he's still not. There he comes. Like, that is just unreal. But to come that far and make the shot, how often do you see players run that far and dive to make an ankle tap? Bill gets a good shoulder contact in there, doesn't he?
Yeah, unbelievable. Like, I think he might have been back for the kick, and then he's covered right across the field. It's just like efforts like
came
that.
out of nowhere.
And he's covered right across the field to tackle a winger, and not just aerial winger, Ben Lamb, who's a big lump of a boy. Gemma McDonald's messaged in to say thank goodness for Mata. I think we're all saying thank goodness for Mata, Gemma. We got to ride this one out. What would be the target here, gents, with this time to go before half time?
I think play the ball in the right areas, to be honest.
No more points. No more points would be perfect.
No more points conceded, and try and get something on the board. Is it important to pick up a 3?
Yeah, I think so. But I think the thing with these guys is, I don't know if they're definitely not going to be playing with this kind of tempo in the last 20 minutes of the game. So I think we're a lot fitter, and hopefully if we can just stay within reach, then I think we'll finish strong.
So is it stay in touch and then bench makes an impact?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I feel like these games are won or lost in the last 20 minutes. I know we are 14 points behind at the moment, but there's still a long way to go. You just need to stay within touch and reach, and like I say, anything can happen in the last 20 minutes and roll back our fitness, and we feel like we can work a lot harder than them for 80 minutes, so anything can happen.
We've still got players that can produce something out of nothing as well, with Bill and Darcy and Blair and Yaku, Charlie at 9. Still lots to play, but we are getting through a lot of defence, aren't we?
Yeah, making a lot of tackles. But yeah, I feel like we've not really fired a shot really in the first kind of half an hour. We've just been mostly soaking up their attack. So I think we just need to play in the right areas and have a go at them, to be honest. But Bordeaux are doing pretty well stopping that from happening.
They look like they're beginning to try and bring their backs into the game, Matt, with the centre coming around the corner there.
Yeah, I think the boys will be looking to try and get a bit more involved now. I mean, they haven't really had any opportunities so far, so it'd be good to see, Darcy and Blair get the ball a little bit more, just because we obviously know how dangerous they are. But I think they'll just start looking for it now.
I think 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝘾𝙃𝘼𝙊𝘼, the Bordeaux 10s, look very dangerous with ball in hand, and he's looking like he's getting pretty confident. So next couple of D sets, if we can get a bit more pressure on him and make him quake in his boots a bit more, then hopefully we'll get a bit more reward, I think.
Their backline was an absolute mile offside at that scrum.
Yeah, they were way offside.
An absolute mile offside.
I think there's 2 French touch judges.
Yeah.
Not saying that they, favoritism or anything, but doesn't help.
No offside in France.
No offside.
Yeah, like a touch game down the park, no offsides.
No offside.
Does Blair enjoy that responsibility of the dropouts and the kicking for touch? Is that a good thing to keep him involved in the game?
I think so. Like, he's got an absolute cannon of a foot, so he is a great person to get the ball down the field. But I think it does. I don't really know. Obviously, I'm not a fullback, but I feel like getting those touches kind of keeps you in the game a little bit.
if
Jamie,
he grew up in Australia, he probably wouldn't have played rugby. He probably would have been playing AFL. Perfect AFL player.
Being that height and with that boot, he'd be all over it.
Yeah, he'd be worth millions.
Did you have a crack at that, Matty?
Yeah, I did actually. Played a fair bit when I was younger, but I used to get in a bit of trouble playing it, so I had to stop.
Get in a bit of trouble? What do you mean, get in a bit of trouble?
I just didn't really know the rules too well, so.
So you decided to join a simpler game in rugby union?
Yeah. No, I don't know. But it's good fun. It's a good game. I like it.
Yeah, it's how big is the field compared to a rugby field though? It's huge, isn't it?
Oh, honestly, it's so big. Like it's a bit over the top. Like I think they run like 15K or so in a game, something stupid like that.
Yeah.
What?
And then their pre-season marker for their running is they do 5K tests. And we all complain about our 1.2K test, but they do 5K tests.
Yeah, nice. So we've added 3. That was one of the targets that we spoke about before half-time. So we've now got some points on the board. Lewis, would you count that as firing a shot, getting into their 22 like that?
Yeah, definitely. I'd say you have to. Getting in the 22 and coming away with points. That's what you want to do. So now it's good to get on the board finally. I know it's taken us 30 minutes, but we just got back possession there again from the kickoff. So it's good. Definitely a step in the right direction.
How do we create opportunities for the likes of Bill to get the ball with a bit more space? Is it just too tight at the moment, and we hope that comes in the second half?
Yeah, I think it's going to come more in the second half. To be honest, it is very tight at the moment, and we've not really had any opportunities. Only a couple, just generally attacking. So I think that'll come in more in the second half when it opens up a little bit. Get guys like Bill on the ball. Get these guys on the ball. That's what you want.
Matt, on the kick chase, you got boys getting up in the air. You see Darcy at 3'2" getting up in the air, but he just makes it difficult for the receiver. Is that something that's preferred rather than waiting for them to land and tackle them?
Yeah, I think most of our kicks we want to try and make contested, just like exactly what he's done there. Make it pretty hard for them to take the ball and actually go for the ball ourselves. So we're pretty lucky with Darcy, and then obviously Dewey are unbelievable in the air. So we've got to try and utilise that as much as we can. And Darcy's a great option. He just gets way up in the air and takes the ball. He took a really good one against Ulster. But yeah, he's just disrupted them again. So it's a pretty strong trait from him.
These scrums must be sapping it out of the forwards, Jamie.
Yeah, I can only imagine it's going to be tough in that. I think it's 29, 30 degree heat out there, so it's going to be a tough one.
Scoey'd love it.
Scoey'll love it. Bench is strong to come on there as well.
Yeah, we've still got a lot of rugby to play and a lot of strength off the bench.
Muzza McCallum must be desperate for a run.
Yeah, I think he's buzzing
all week.
Yeah,
he's buzzing to go. I think that's his first involvement this season potentially. So, towards the end of this.
Next season, this kind of new season, yeah. Yeah,
this new season. So now, he'll be buzzing to go. Muzz is a quality player himself, so it'll be exciting to see what he brings off the bench.
he's been working really hard as well the last few weeks, so he definitely deserves it, and hopefully has a good run when he comes on.
He's looking good. He's looking mean.
Yeah, he is. He's looking good. Like I say, he's been working hard the last couple of weeks, so it's good to see him getting a run, to be honest.
So that breakdown there, where Bill looks like he's ended up getting a sore one, the referee looked like he's gesturing for them to move away, and he let them get on with it. Would you prefer a whistle there?
100%. Yeah, it's just a bit messy, that, isn't it? I'd rather him just stick his arm out and give us a penalty.
Because that player's done what he wanted to do, which was slow it down as much as possible. He's then been able to get through on Chico. So he's got everything he wanted out of it, but it looks like he was doing it illegally if the refs gestured for him to get out of there. Yeah,
definitely. You kind of saw he was in a bit of two minds, but so I'm just looking at the replay of Bill Mata.
He looks sore. He looks sore.
Yeah. Takes a lot to have a sore one. Yeah, just kind of the guy tackled him, swung round, and kind of came down on his ankle a little bit awkwardly. So
it's a big lump of a boy that's landed on him.
Exactly.
Bill doesn't seem to move very much there.
No, you could see it in his face in the slow mo. It looked a sore one.
So what? Maggie on?
I think it might be.
Is it Nick Haining?
Nick Haining.
Oh yeah. Spoons come on to 8.
Yeah, it's Nick Haining that's on. Yeah, he'll come on at 8, I think.
Yeah, Nick Haining on. It's that's a sad one for Bill. There's a lot of boys on that bench. Bringing a Scotland international on is good news.
Exactly, and you've got another one with Magnus Bradbury as well, which is
good pick.
Very good.
So when the boys see Bill go down, do Magnus and Nick both jump up and start warming up to look keen, or do they just wait to be told?
Wait for the nod.
Well, yeah, wait for the nod. Basically, that's all you can do. Go on, Mish.
We're still waiting for a scrum.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just pack it down now, Lewis.
Oh, I'm a little bit ahead of you, lads.
Yeah. Is the future bright? They've got a quick tap and have a pop here.
Yeah, it is actually quite bright.
They are very keen to turn, aren't they?
Yeah.
Brilliant offload for Chico. And look at Hamish. Yeah. He runs as hard as whether he's that close to the line or that far away from the line. Just doesn't matter for Hamish, does it? He is mad.
He's so strong, Hamish. Like, guys look at him and they think that he's just because he's short, they can run over him or something like that. But he's just so powerful. He's awful to tackle. He's just so strong.
Chico been repping the box kicks this week.
There. Yeah, a lot of box kicks this week.
Oh, nice one.
Yeah.
Well done, Chico. Good lad.
Nice.
Dan Nutton on the bench, just a young pup. Has he been good in training and preparation for this?
Yeah, he's been very good. Dan trained with us quite a lot last season as well. So he's familiar with the system that we play, and he knows the boys and stuff. So he's a very good player as well. He's similar to Chico, I think. Likes it when it's broken play and stuff, and quite sharp. So yeah, very good player. Hopefully he gets a wee crack.
I think Chico will be looking to blow himself up before he comes off. He'd be enjoying himself starting at 9. It's a big challenge for Chico in a game like this.
Doesn't really get much bigger than this, to be honest. I mean, quarterfinal in Europe, and yeah, like I say, don't really get much bigger games than this. So he'll be loving it. He'll want to just keep going on and on and on.
The blood on Jamie Ritchie's shorts there look like they're from his hands.
I know.
It looks like he's wiped the blood on his shorts. I wonder who it belongs to. JJ works hard over the ball, doesn't he, from his sevens time?
Yeah, he's very good footwork, Jimmy, and he works really hard. Very good feet and stuff. He works very, very hard.
Keep going, keep going, keep going. There we go.
Yeah, I'm even in front of you now, Matt.
Are you? Oh, I don't know what's happening to mine.
Yeah, Yaku was just shepherding that one over. Some of those big Bordeaux replacements looked like they were going to eat him alive. Darren Coates, our super fan, saying we must keep pressure on them. They're starting to drop slightly in intensity. This is that golden time before the whistle goes for half time to try and get some points on the board. How do we go about getting ourselves into that position?
You can definitely see that they have dropped off in intensity. They obviously started very well in the first 15 minutes, but they have just dipped a little bit, and it's a great opportunity to try and put some pressure on them while we get into the 22.
Hopefully, I don't think we try and force anything. We just keep doing what we're doing, because obviously it's starting to work. So don't force anything. Just keep what we're doing.
Nice to change the point of contact, having a go at the right-hand side of the scrum, Matt. Is that a weakness we've spotted, or is it just to try and throw something different at them?
I think it's just varying up our options and keeping them a little bit honest on that blind side. Otherwise, it just gets a little bit too easy for them. But I think that's obviously it worked pretty well. It started to spread them out a little bit too. They're off. Tired again.
Nice.
We can hear Scott Hastings in the background with you, Lewis, chirping away at us, asking for 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝘾𝙃𝘼𝙇𝙊𝙉𝙂 expert comments there.
Oh no.
Oh, great line.
We've not seen Lewis jump up off his sofa yet.
So I'm
Hamish. Heartbreaks. That's the first time really we've had hands on the ball, and then pressure comes on right at the end there. Blair looks like he's getting involved a bit more. Chico hunting that ball.
It's good we're seeing these pictures now. We're starting to open them up and show the space, but hopefully start executing that and getting some points on the scoreboard.
He'll probably be harder on himself than anybody, Hamish, in a situation like that. Is this one of these signs that they're beginning to tire when you see things like this happen?
Yeah, big time. You could even see at the scrum before that a few of their forwards are a little older in the tooth, I think, and they really pulling the big ones in.
So we're into half time feeling a bit happier.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first 20 minutes wasn't amazing. We didn't really fire a shot, but the second 20 minutes looked a lot more positive, and they are dipping a lot intensity wise, and I really feel like the last 20 minutes is where we'll come alive. We just need to keep kind of chipping away at that scoreboard, try and get as close as possible, and then I feel like the last 20 minutes is when we'll come into it.
You can see the sweat on the forwards having a tough old time in there. It must be even warmer in the front row of that scrum.
Yeah, I can imagine it being very hot.
Bit of claret from Berg.
Yeah, it's been a tough 40 minutes, to be fair, for the boys. They've done a lot of defence, a lot of tackles. It's a pretty big shift from that forward pack. So a few tired bodies, but I feel like Bordeaux are going to be more tired, to be honest.
So half-time, is it half-time subs, or is it give them 5 minutes and see how they go, or are you not aware of pre-plan?
Nah, there's nothing really pre-planned, I don't think, unless boys have been told individually. But nah, I think it's a case of 5 minutes, see what's happening, and then maybe start getting maybe some boys on. I feel like the front there probably will be some changes in that front row, because those guys have had a pretty tough 40 minutes.
Yeah,
they've been doing well. You know what I mean? Like they've been D'ing up well. I feel like everyone's been playing well. So yeah, I mean, I think it's a case of just 5 minutes, and then we'll maybe get to see some subs.
And the bench players, are they itching to get on? Are they thinking to themselves, let's show Cockers we're ready to go?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, these are the games we'll be playing in, and yeah, I think that whole bench will be looking at it and just itching to get on, because these are the games we'll be involved in. So
into the changing room, ice on the back of the neck, sucking down some fluids, getting the 𝙒�㼾𝙏𝘃 in. What's the small talk before Cockers comes in and everything goes silent and a bit colder?
To be fair, there's not usually a huge amount of chat when we first get in. It's usually just sort of get in, get sat down, get, like you said, refuel, etc. And I think for us as a team, I think it's more about just lots of small, brief messages, so we've not got too much things coming in, so that we can go out after half time and we know exactly what we've been told, rather than there be 101 things listed off. So yeah, small key messages I think are the key at half time. So
good. Okay, gents, brilliant first half with the chat. We're going to go to an ad break so that we can all go and do what we need to do, and hopefully we can get our Wi-Fi to catch up with Lewis, the man of the future, Carmichael. But we will be right back. Please tune in, because let's face it, do you want to listen to Scott Hastings and Hugo Southwell, or do you want to listen to the four of us? Surely it's a pretty easy sell. Gentlemen, great first half. Go and refuel, get the 𝙒𝘾𝙏𝘃 into you, and we'll be back for the second half very, very soon. Thank you.
cheers.
Brand, I reckon.
We're back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the players are just leaving to come onto the pitch. Oh, we've had a jump around. Matty's gone top and Lewis has come down, so we've got the forwards down at the bottom there. Gentlemen, half-time snacks?
Yeah, it's got some pistachios, actually.
Just a cup of tea for me.
Cup of tea? Are you a man that has sugar in your tea?
Absolutely not. No sugar.
No sugar, but half a packet of Maryland chocolate chip cookies.
That's the one, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Man after my own heart. So they're back out. We're just looking for some changes here. Do you think we're going to see anybody on straight away, or are they going to be coming out? Looks like the props are still in place.
Yeah, I've not seen anything. I saw them run out, and I think it's much the same, to be honest. I don't think there's any new faces, but we'll soon see.
So as a replacement, are you coming out and going straight out to warm up?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I
I think they'll come straight out and warm up a bit. Yeah.
Get ready to go.
I imagine.
Yeah, the body will be pretty warm. So we're up and running, straight down the middle again, trying to force them to exit for the middle of the field.
Great kick.
Yeah, good kick.
Good result.
So
that's
that
where I
was
like
the fullback that fielded that rather than the 10 who's caught it in the first half. Do you think they've put him there hoping for a better exit, Matt?
Yeah, I assume they must have made that change at half time just to put the fullback in the middle for that. Yeah, that exact reason, and it's actually backfired for them because that was it's a pretty good result for us, really. Good line out position. So, and yeah, good start.
George Taylor taking the fight to them. His mate JJ right behind him. That gives us a chance to get going. 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃's got his dancing shoes on.
Yeah,
the boys look fired up.
They do look fired up. They look like they've come out maybe a few strong words at half time. I don't know, but they look like they're playing, coming out and just having a go. To be honest.
And spending some time on the ball, which is good.
Yeah,
Darcy
I feel like that's
we
didn't really do that first half.
Keeps fighting when he's on the deck, doesn't he? What's he coming back for here?
I think it was a deliberate knock on. Oh no, just a knock on.
Just a knock on. No.
Oh yeah.
Already, that's looking so much better.
Yeah, it was a good start.
Matty, did the backs have a bit of a chat and say, listen, lads, we need to come and relieve a bit of pressure off the fat boys up front. Let's see if we can get involved a little bit more?
I think they probably just spoke about the game possibly opening up a little bit. And just that's probably when, Darcy and Blair and Damo probably step up and look for a little bit more ball and try and sniff through on the back end of them. So I think that's probably just the chat there, was just look to come alive when the game opens up a bit.
Forwards, Lewis, are the front five just saying, right, let's just leave it out there. We know we've got the cavalry on the bench. Let's just go for it.
100%. I mean, it's 40 minutes, of the season basically. So they just got to go out there and leave absolutely everything there. They've been doing well. I've been reasonably impressed with it. Very impressed actually with the front five. They've been working really hard. They've been making their shots. They've had to make a lot of shots, but like I said, you got Gilco and Thule there in the row. I mean, these guys will give it their all every game, so good to have these guys in your pack.
Yeah, Gemma's just been back on saying we've got a lot more cohesion, and 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃 throws an inside ball to Jamie who didn't read it. So we're tempting fate there, Gemma. Maybe that's just a Scottish thing in us. You've got 𝙒𝘼𝘏𝘃 there trying to get the ball on the back foot, Jamie on the inside shoulder. Do we need to attack the outside shoulder a bit more to get away from their forwards?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be strong there. When these kind of things get pulled off, it works very well. But I mean, I feel like we need to get towards the outside, get them working harder, because when you go inside, you're going to get met by a 6'6", 120 kilo French forward. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I feel like you need to try and go on the outside, try and bend them a bit first, especially this first kind of 10 minutes into this half. You want to try and tire them out.
Matt, that's a couple of strong carries for George already in this half.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to see him get some front foot ball. He's had some good runs today. It's just been strong. I think he just needs to, make sure he gets that front foot ball, try and beat that first man, just so it makes it easier for the boys behind him to get through. Just makes it a lot easier if you can try and beat the first man, or at least dominate them.
It's a great skill and weapon to have when the scrum half comes off the bench with that left foot to tickle it round the corner of that scrum. But great response from Blair.
That was massive kick. That was massive. That's a 30-meter gain, really. Kick that from 22, and we have a line out halfway. So it's good from Blair.
So line out call here, just get over the gain line as quickly as possible, get us going forward and then coming back.
Yeah, we'll definitely have a crack at them here, I think. Who we got? Maybe off the top tonight and just penetrate them and have a good crack here.
Oh, Chico.
Oh, it's Chico.
Oh wow.
Chico.
Bit of football in there.
Love it when it comes off. Get absolutely battered when it doesn't, but it came off that time. What a nudge from 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝘃 just outside the 22. And look at the pressure. Boys showing huge desire on the kick chase. JJ getting in there, putting in a tackle.
Yeah, their forwards already look a little bit slow. It's only just half only started, so hopefully we can take advantage of that.
Great pen.
So that penalty, Jamie, Lewis, let's hear from you. That penalty comes, the ruck before that, they've actually hit it. They've not given them a chance to have easy ball. And then the next one is where they make the mistake. Is it worth having a punt at more of those breakdowns?
I think it's a great effort from Blair there. It's not often you see a back in those positions. It's usually the tight five forwards that are doing that job, just trying to disrupt it. But Blair's got right underneath him. He's done a really, really good job there. So credit to him. He's not always the first person to stick his head in something like that, but he's done a really good job there.
Yeah, Chico with a great little ball into Nick Haning's hands there. What a boy. He'll be dining out on that one if we get the win for this.
Yeah, but highlight play that. Might see that on Sports Center later.
Yeah.
So 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝘃, he missed one in the first half. He then got his radar back on just after half time. Important to now just start chipping away at Bordeaux.
Yeah, I think he'll get this one.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he might get this one.
I'll bet you he doesn't, Lewis.
I bet you.
He looks
straight through the middle.
Told you.
Yeah.
Are you still ahead, Lewis?
I'm about 5 minutes ahead.
He's still there. 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝘃, great follow through that time. Seemed a lot happier, and off he goes. So they're going to kick deep. Got to get exit from here, Lewis. Get out of the half.
Big. You got to exit well in these games. You know what I mean? That you can't give them any opportunity in your own 22. So huge emphasis on the exit. You know, you want to get the ball secure and then just get out of there as soon as possible, basically, and apply pressure back onto them. So I think they'll exit pretty well here. Got a feeling.
And Bordeaux decide to bring on some smaller lads to up the pace of the game.
Yeah, exactly. So it's I've not actually seen the replacements.
Cameron Walkie coming on for them in the back row is really athletic forward, and really good line-out forward. So I think we'll be trying to call away from him in the line-outs, depending on where he sits.
Chico looks like he's got the boots on today. He had a wobbly one in the first half that got a bit of a charge down, but that's good pressure there.
Yeah, it's a good kick. Just gives us a chance to bang him over where he catches it.
So how
we brought big 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝘃𝘃 on.
Good lad, Nick. So does he get to kick this one?
You'd hope not.
We'd love to see it.
So what's he going to do? Is he sticking it back to get kicked straight out, or are they going to set it up? Straight back.
Straight back.
That's a decent gain for them. What do you think of the new stash, Jamie? You looking forward to wearing the new kit?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the stuff that Jamie's had on the other day. I thought it looked really good. Still loving the blue and white combo. I thought the home kit, especially as well, was pretty smart. So hopefully get a trot about in that soon would be lovely.
Do the boys get consulted in anything like that, Lewis?
What on the strips looking stuff?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Very much. Basically, get told what we're getting, but it's a really nice strip, and hopefully get it on sometime soon.
Pretty happy with that disruption to the line out.
Nah, yeah, it's good. I think they might have been brought back for a penalty. Yeah, so 𝙒𝘼𝙏𝘾𝙃𝘼𝙇𝙊𝙉𝙂 got another chance at kicking it through the posts.
What's he having to go at here? Is this somebody coming in offside? Who's that? 𝙒𝘼𝘾𝙃𝘼𝙃 coming in offside?
I think, yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm past it now, unfortunately, but
yeah, 𝙒𝘼𝘃's taking the scrum cap off because he's too hot, and he comes piling in for the side.
That's when you know it's hot.
Does he get it, Lewis?
Bear with me.
So that's us getting to. We're almost 10 minutes in, half an hour to go. Are we? If this goes over, are we expecting to see some boys come off the bench?
Yeah, it did go over. I think so. To be honest, I think we're going to start seeing guys very soon come off the bench. It's hard conditions. Obviously, it's a hard enough game, but I think it's really hot out there. So boys will be pretty, you just see Rambo there. He looks absolutely knackered, but he's still putting in a very good shift. But I think very soon we'll start to see some fresh legs.
Spend some time on the ball, Jamie. The forwards, are they feeling like, right backs, we need you to create something here? If we get you decent ball, we need you to spark something.
Yeah, definitely. I think at times when you're going around the corner, carry, and especially when we've had long D-sets like that, we'll get to you, we'll get to your legs and the rest of your body. So sometimes you need the backs to step up and just take a bit of that workload off of you. But I'm sure Jaco and Chico have got that sorted and be able to control that pretty well.
Matt changed the kickoff there. They went long and just down to the right hand side and got a decent gain.
Yeah, I think just maybe that was just a tactic to maybe change it up a little bit. It's just getting a little bit easy for them, and they just knew what was coming. So yeah, I think just to change it up. But yeah, it was a good result. So now we try and have a bit of a go at them. I think didn't quite work out.
Big dummy line for George that time.
Yeah, the timing just looked a little bit off, but yeah, hopefully. I think we got advantage now for a knock on, yeah.
Yeah.
May as well have a go wide.
Damo definitely looks hungry for work. Damo's coming looking for the ball now. He's got to be offside.
Take him out. No.
Almost.
George has had some great carries.
Cofty.
Go on.
Go on, Doss. Go on.
We're on just on the turnover. Go on, Damo. Ah!
Oh God, you're miles behind, man.
Oh, so what have you seen?
Oh, we're going to this. Put it that way.
Ah, yeah, okay. Well, we'll caught up by then. Good carry by Berg.
Carry.
Get away, Chico. Good lad. We're still going. Look at that for a carry. 𝙒𝘼𝘃's fired up. He's lost the helmet. And guess who's buffering? Right, come on then. Take us out. Oh, we're still going.
Oh.
Try time?
Yeah, job.
I think so, yeah.
Who is it? Is it Darcy? Oh, dancing.
Damo.
Back inside. Damo. Gotta be try time. Good lad, Damo. Look at the fight from Darcy. The fight from Darcy. Brilliant to keep it alive.
How did they do that? I think that's a try.
I don't know. So.
What's the question, Lewis? What's he asked?
I think it's a try. Yeah,
that's a try. Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
It just Darcy.
He's giving it.
Oh, Darcy definitely released the ball, gets it away. Damo with a pirouette. That's 100% a try.
Yeah, it's a very good try. Darcy done very well to release it on the floor. pick
and
up
then
again.
scoops it away with Ben Lamb having a pop at him. Damo does well to be aware there, though, doesn't he? Damo right there, takes and turns. Brilliant awareness.
Just shows how much he wants the ball, because he's on the complete opposite side of his wing. So
yeah,
I know, yeah.
Missing out some work.
Yeah, he's real hungry.
Back in the game. Here we go.
So is now the time to bring on boys? Is now the fresh legs time?
I'd say so.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good shout.
At least start bringing some boys on, I think.
You boys keen when you finish playing to become coaches?
It's an option.
Okay.
Thinking about becoming a ref, I think.
Become a ref, yeah.
Nice.
Who of the squad do you think is the most likely to become a referee? Who do you reckon when they finish playing they should take up the whistle?
Muzz McCallum.
Murray McCallum.
Murray McCallum.
He always has something to say about the ref.
He'd love it.
I'd love to see Muzz turn up at a club ground to be referee.
I'd love to see Bergie as a referee as well. I think he'd be great.
Mr. Happy is the referee.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think he'd be brilliant.
So we've got game on now. This is us getting into that territory we were talking about, where they start to tire, and hopefully we can add. What's the clear messages we've got now then?
Probably just sort of consolidate the points that we've just scored. So I think a lot of teams talk about sort of banking the points, so that make sure that we don't have any mistakes off the kick-off, and we exit well, so that the points we scored, we've earned them, and we just bank them, and it's the next job, push forward and put pressure on them again.
That's what the game's going to come to, basically, is cutting out your errors and exiting well. If you can do those two things, you're going to be in with a shout of doing well. So they've just exited very well. So I've got a feeling it's going to go back and forth a bit, kicking tennis, because no one's going to want to be playing any rugby in their own half right now. But we'll see what happens there.
That's the first line out we've thrown to Gilco for a while. It's been mostly Thule. Gilco off the tail. Is this just another chance to take the sting out of them?
Yeah, I mean, Gilco's very, very good at calling the line out, and like you say, they've used Benny a couple of times, so they used that insert at the tail. I'm pretty sure it's just an easy option, to be honest. It's very hard to defend. So yeah, Gilco knows what he's doing.
So is there, Jamie, is there a call to just let them have it, just let them play out and kick it to us without any red heads going to try and claim it?
I think the boys are good at reading the situation. We know our strat, and we know that we're going to try and trap them down there when we put the ball down there, and we know not to give away any stupid penalties and let them up the park easily. So I think it's one of the things that you probably know going into the game rather than in the heat of the moment.
Wee error there, just forcing the play, gives them another shot. Good leg tackle for JJ. Boys' work rate in defence is huge. This is what you were talking about, Matt. It starts to get loose and they start to get excited. That's the winger coming looking for work in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think they'd probably just be looking to help out their big boys now.
Great turnover from Rambo. That's a terrible decision by the referee.
Completely
agree. Great turnover.
That is a terrible decision. What's he giving that for? He's
giving him
no, that one. No, that one.
Nah. I think if it wasn't for rolling away.
No, he didn't help in the tackle. No way, and he lifted the ball. That's a killer. That's a great opportunity. Rambo's gone for that, and that's a huge penalty to concede.
I know.
Poor call.
Do you think it's time we brought in reviews Could Rambo go up to the referee there and say, "Can you please check that one? Use one of our reviews."
It's hard, you know. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like you can do it, but if you're reviewing stuff like that, it's such a big call, you know what I mean, and knockout rugby. But if every decision you're, you know, asking the ref, can you review that? Can you review that? You know, there's got to be some sort of
like maybe if there was like just a one captain's challenge or something like that you can use, and if you're successful, you retain your challenge. If not, a bit like the cricket.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Very good shout. Here comes Rory Sutherland on for Scumin.
So Suz will be desperate to make an impact. He's had quite a sort of 2020, hasn't he? Although it's been tough for a lot of people, Suz has really come onto one and playing off the back of his good autumn tests. He's hungry.
He's very hungry. He didn't. I mean, this time kind of last year, you know, he wasn't hugely involved. But since coming into the season, he's played so well for Edinburgh, and then that's just been recognised by the national team, and he's played so well for Scotland as well. So he's really having a great year so far.
He's some boy, Says. I tell you, the Edinburgh squad are quite a squad for posting pictures of their tea. Suz has been barbecuing Skewy and with his biltong and Georgie and their wurst and all sorts of stuff going on. But Suz, I didn't know he had it in him. He's got a bit of Gordon Ramsay in there.
What, are you shocked that he likes food?
I'm just shocked he prepares it.
Yeah, he probably doesn't prepare. It's probably his wife, but he probably just eats it and takes a picture.
Couple of changes now. Thule off.
Thule off. Andrew Davidson on. And obviously Suz is on as well, yeah, so a bit of fresh legs.
Hamish with a hefty carry there. Oh, boys. Is it a little bit tight, Matt? Would you like to see that go in behind them?
Yeah, I think just they seem to be narrowing up quite a bit. Like there seems to be like a bit of space. I suppose that wing is just closed. The 13's closed in, so it would have been a bit of a hard ball to throw, but I think we just need to hold the ball, because every time we seem to hold the ball, we seem to end up getting through somehow. So it's just a bit frustrating.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It's good. We've got another attacking opportunity now on their 10-metre line. Don't know if you guys have seen that yet. But...
No, we're still waiting for a scrum.
Just came on
to watch a different game.
Lewis, it's just gone 7-0 to Bordeaux. Have we missed anything?
Yeah, your Wi-Fi is shocking if that's the case. It's just came on the screen. Bradbury on for Taylor. I don't know if they're. So I don't know how that works.
Magnus has always fancied himself as a centre.
I think I can see Christine on, but yeah, Christine is on for George, I think. Oh well, I can see Maggie as well. I've no idea what's going on.
Mate of mine during the Ulster game and Glasgow game, a mate of mine, Alan Clark, who coaches up at Perthshire, he sent me a message saying how much he liked Christine because he's the kind of player that makes other players look better. Is that because he manages to distribute the ball, he carries, he's just a great team player, Christine, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a very good team player. Well, Matty probably knows more with being in the centre. He's a great guy to play with.
He's a very good player. He's just very all round. So he's always ready to help, like all the younger boys as well too. He's a good bloke, Chris. Yeah,
he just seems like one of those guys who, a perfect rugby player. He's there to help others. He knows his place in the team, and probably a bit of an unsung hero. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well,
he's definitely very smart player as well. Very smart player, and it's probably something you don't see on TV. Pitch side, his communication, his chat is definitely up there and really, really good around with the boys around the park.
And there's a case, you know, how is that not a quick whistle, and then it gives Chico at least a chance to have a look.
Beyond me. Not too sure, but
see, you're watching that, Jamie and Lewis. You see 𝘒𝘰𝘉𝙉𝙊𝙉𝙁 with that carry. Are you looking at that going, I wish that was me?
Not if you're getting double shotted like that.
No,
I don't think so.
absolutely.
That
I'm
was brutal.
Enjoy that, mate. No, that's a nasty one. Rather you than me.
That is, jeez, that is some contact. Has he enjoyed settling into Edinburgh, 𝘒𝘰𝘉𝙉𝙁?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I know. I've known him from 20s and stuff, and he already knows quite a lot of the boys anyway. Guys like Maggie and Jamie Batty and stuff. So he was kind of well known and before, and I think he's settled in really well. He's enjoyed it, and he's obviously been playing a lot. So I think he's enjoying it.
There's a lot of competition, especially when you lads get yourself back fighting fit. That back five of the scrum, the competition is unreal.
It's always good to have competition, but brings out the best in everyone, I guess.
So when you're doing lineouts, you obviously you have to practice against others when you're doing those catch and drive lineouts. It must get quite feisty at training.
Yeah, that's our Tuesday mornings. Every Tuesday we'll be at that for at least a good half an hour.
And the rest.
Yeah,
and the rest. Yeah.
So, while the backs clean their boots.
It's good, you know. Like obviously, you most likely know the team by then. Then you know the team that's going to go up against them, and you've got to try and see it as making them in the best possible place to play at the weekend. But then you also want to fire a few shots as well and kind of put your hand up for selection next time, you know. So
finish. Oh, finish it, you know.
My screaming at him there to give Darcy the ball.
it's a terrible.
It's a hard one, but yeah.
It's a hard one, but yeah. These penalties now from them are tired, but they're pretty effective to give away penalties in the red zone like that.
Yeah, they're out on their feet now, I think, Bordeaux. They're,
Come on, boys.
if we can get a try here, hopefully.
It's game on. It's game on already, but we need 15 minutes to go. So close from Blair there.
Oh, no. Penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage.
The shot to nothing with those chip kicks. What do you reckon the percentage of success of those shot to nothings are?
I've never seen one come off. It's tough, you know. I mean, when you're defending in that situation and you see a ball go up, you're thinking, oh no.
Yeah.
Because it is a 50-50 at the end of the day. And you get guys like 𝘒𝘉𝘁 and stuff that can put good nudges in and stuff. So when you've got a penalty advantage, you know, why not, kind of thing, you know.
So this year there seems to have been a lot of penalties in kickable situations where we've gone for the line out. That's obviously an agreed strategy, right? Let's get 7 or let's get 5 or 7 here rather than 3. What are we thinking here with the time on the clock? Is this a kick for touch and go for it?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, Blair step it up. Look at 𝘒𝘁𝘁. 𝘒𝘁𝘁 looks like that in the first minute of the game, doesn't he?
Not a pretty sight.
Yeah, you gotta love him though. Gotta love him. So there's Mikey Phillips on to make a bit of an impact. He'll be keen after that finish at Ulster. He'll be keen to make amends. He took that one pretty tough, didn't he?
Yeah, obviously that was a tough one, but you know, it wasn't his fault that we ended up losing the game, kind of thing. You know, it was a team effort.
Yeah.
So he'll be really keen to go out there and prove some people wrong, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to point the finger, but no, Mike is a great player, and looking forward to see what he does. Big Murray McCallum's on as well, I think now.
Oh.
Do you guys see that one?
Yeah, we're just trying to work out how to react, I think.
Great initial carry from Dini. Really great
Dino.
carry.
Yeah.
Hamish just... Player gets a shot on the ball there.
It's tough, you know. I mean, it looks bad, but when a player tackles you just in that sweet spot and just catches the ball, it's hard, you know.
So 9 times out of 10 for a miss as well, he's knocking him over.
Yeah. First scrum for Muzz and McCallum.
Yeah.
Solid.
Is that your prediction, or is that what you've seen?
Prediction. We'll see what happens. Got a good feeling about it.
Whoever the producer is, I don't think he's a fan of Hamish Watson because he's shown that knock on about 12 times.
I know.
Change it 10 for Bordeaux.
I believe so, yeah. I don't know who's come on though.
Those scrum feeds are outrageous. Absolutely outrageous.
Oh, that's a good exit.
It's a good kick. Oh, it's frustrating.
So line out, get back on the front foot, boys. Just got to keep going. 12 minutes to go, really. Can you see many scores? Can you see many scores coming? Obviously, we need a couple.
Can't see that we just again.
Is it important to get a score first, get a try first before we look for the penalty to win it, or do we pick up 3 when we get the chance?
I think you've still got a bit of time. I think, you know, I mean, you've still got about 11 minutes. You know, I think you need to see what happens. I think if they get a good position in the field and good attacking spot. Oh, go on. Sorry. I think they'll go for the try. Go on!
Lewis, I think you should take the lead on this because you're the one that's seeing probably what most people are seeing who are watching on TV. We're on Wi-Fi here. I think some of us are still on dial-up. Go on, JJ. Great kick chase. Great kick chase.
I mean,
Mish playing scrum half.
5 minutes out with them. Oh, we're 5 minutes out at the moment. Sorry, 5 meters out with a penalty advantage.
Well, you're 12 metres ahead of us at least. Gilco finds himself at fly half. Good lad, Gilco. That was where I chose him at school. Good carry, Maggie.
Great carry by Maggie.
Gilco, Sean Kennedy and Glenn Bryce all in the same school team.
What a side.
Good carry. Gilco at 10. Some boy. There's that ball back inside. Good carry, Maggie. How much further ahead are you, Lewis? Oh, Chico.
Bordeaux, number 18, I believe, has just been yellow carded.
That's sad news.
It's just a stoppage in play. We've got a penalty. We've got a penalty about 5 meters.
Yeah, I think we're now up to the penalty. He's having a go, and here comes the yellow. Oh, Tamafina goes. He looks like he's enjoying his time in France.
Oh, very much so.
Big time.
He's a big lump of a boy. Good carries from Maggie. He got involved a couple of times there. He got the ball back inside as well.
Yeah, he did. It's a good ball to get that. It's hard to defend sometimes.
Murray McCallum, all the skills. All the skills. Look at that. First receiver, ball back inside to Maggie.
Great ball.
He's looking more like Yaku after his lockdown weight loss program, Muzza. He's
sure. Don't really know what else to say about that, to be honest.
So here's a change. Blair having a crack at the goal kicking.
Yarko must have been feeling it. Might just not be coming off the boot well today or something. Quick change.
So how does that communication go, Matt? Does Yaku just say to captain, or does he say to Blair, or who does he chat to?
I think they probably just have a chat between themselves, and then just let Rambo know, or whoever's in charge, and then just I suppose sometimes you're just not hitting the ball as well as you know you can, so it's better off giving someone else a go. Oh no.
Yeah, there's one of those killers. Nick Heening's done well, and he's come on. Is that JJ shutting the gate there, Matt? Just making sure they can't get it wide?
Yeah, just trying to keep it in close, trying to force an error from them now, I think. But, there you go.
Now we got to keep hold of the ball and force them to make errors.
Oh.
And then we do that.
It's a harsh call as well.
I had to say it.
Oh.
Boys are working so hard indeed. Is that to take some time out the clock as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Take time out the yellow. Take time out the clock. Let them get a bit of a breather.
It's just a fine line with that now. If you miss a man, they just get you straight away. It's pretty tough.
Lefty. Oh no. Right.
Do you want to hear my predictions?
Oh no. Go on in, just tell us what happens. Does he get it?
I don't want to ruin it. Nah, it's short.
Oh, good.
Short.
Whoa.
Blair nudges it away, so.
Good.
I thought you were going to say he got it there.
Oh, nah.
He got on target.
It was on the money, but it was just a bit short.
Blair's got a ridiculous boot on him, hasn't he? That is just unreal.
He's got like a 60 metre on the fly boot, which is just rare. Big long levers.
They're sucking it in now, aren't they? This is where referees got to speed the game up a bit.
Yeah, they're on their last legs, I think.
Need a score. Need to make this yellow count. They've got a long way to go.
That's very quick.
That was absolutely.
Yeah, but he's giving him another go. How can you do that?
What?
Oh Jesus!
Andrew Davidson saying, "What on earth?"
He's got another wobble in him.
How do you get away with that? That one wasn't much better. It was just higher.
That's so rough.
Gilco's done well to get in there. Good shot.
Go on, Mish.
Oh, great stuff, Mish.
Oh, nice.
There's a few boys beginning to look tired now. This is where you got to hope that it doesn't come off a mistake. Yaku charging there, hoping for a little intercept. Good work, Muzz.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yes, Muzza.
Muzza and Mish working together.
Lovely, Muzz.
There's no moving Muzz.
He looks like he's carrying his shoulder too.
Get him off.
5 minutes to go, boys. Have we got it? 5 minutes to go. Yellow's got 5 minutes. We need to score.
Big kick here from Blair.
Yeah, score.
Make a big
kick
difference.
needed. Do or die time kind of thing, you know. Last chance. 5 minutes to go. How
does the chat go during the week? Is it that, you know, we can't look at Monday, this is all we've got to talk about? Or was there a, listen lads, if we win, this is what we're doing on Monday, and if we don't, this is what we're doing on Monday?
No chat about that. We're just focusing on the game. No chat whatsoever. Just today was the only thing that
Everything.
everyone was thinking about.
Yeah, everything on this game.
How many days off did the boys have
God.
after the Ulster game? Was there a bit of downtime?
I think we had two.
Two, I think. Two, yeah.
Yeah, 2 days.
Lewis, your body language is killing us.
Sorry, I know some terrible calls being made, in my opinion, but
That's okay. You're allowed to have your opinion here. The ref can't hear you.
terrible calls, like hands on the ruck, and Bordeaux have just transferred pressure, unfortunately, back to R22.
Yeah, both of them had a go at that ball in that ruck. They feel a bit like a team that's just thriving on the errors, though, aren't they? They get excited when they get the turnover.
Oh, that's a big kick as well.
Oh, wow. That's
jeez. Yeah.
kick of the game, that.
If we're going to do it, we're going to do it in style. Two players with their hands on there. He must have been in for the side. Muzzle was in for the side, so he must have been. Oh no! Oh, JJ.
Oh, God.
Oh, ref saying it went back.
Are you serious?
JJ's
my
heart must
God.
Brutal.
It's a tough
Brutal.
watch that.
Shooting ourselves in the foot there a little bit.
Yeah, shooting ourselves in the foot. Big scrum.
We don't want to concede a penalty here, or game's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we need to be squeaky clean here.
They'll be quite excited because they've got a prop off, so they're able to take some seconds out of the clock if nothing else.
They'll just try and, take the clock down as much as they can right now.
Lewis, your expression is going to tell us everything. We've now stopped watching the game and we're now just watching you.
Just a reset at the scrum. Unfortunately, nothing exciting right now. They'll just try and be mucking about as much as they can, just to waste as much time as possible. 2 minutes on the clock at the moment.
Did you see any of the Bristol game from last night? Any of the highlights?
I saw a few of the highlights just before this game. Bristol looked pretty good.
Yeah, they looked pretty sharp, pretty dangerous.
Been a huge effort from the forwards, both teams. Massive effort.
Massive.
A couple of minutes to go, looking for a fairy story here.
There's some big goal line D here.
They're enjoying taking this time out the clock, potentially get the yellow card back on and waste a few seconds after that as well. Tough to pick a man of the match in a game like this. Lewis's face tells us a bit of a story, I think. Made a decent mess of the scrum. What have we got, Lewis? What have we got?
So we gave a penalty away, unfortunately, and I think they'll bring the tee on, and I think that might be the game, unfortunately. There's 20 seconds to go, and the tee's not on yet, but they're going for the post, so I think that might be game.
Is that a penalty against Mish for handling the ruck?
I think so, or there was a hand offside or something. I'm not 100% too sure, but he's given it, and the clock's gone red, unfortunately, and he's just about to kick it over.
Tough one to take. How do the boys, are they home straight away, or do they have a night in Bordeaux?
Nah, they'll be home straight away, I think. I think they've got a flight tonight, so they'll be straight back. But yeah, they'll be bitterly disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely. Tough one for them to take. The thought now then goes to what happens next, or is it a review? Is there a chance to look back on what's happened this season, the disjointed season we've had?
I presume there'll be some sort of review. We've obviously not heard anything because all into this week. We've been looking to this game, and so I'd imagine there'll be some sort of review, but everything's just been focused on this game against Bordeaux, so we'll find out shortly, I presume.
Jamie, but overall, while the last 2 games this season have been hugely disappointing because of the result, it's been a massive leap forward for the club in this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think, before lockdown, etc., we were building something really special and been playing a lot of really good rugby, and we got ourselves in really good positions in the league and obviously in Europe as well. And it has been disappointing, but we've learned massive lessons from that. We've reviewed everything with a tooth comb, and I think we can only get better and learn from it. So as disappointing as it is, and disappointing after that, we will only get better, and I think it's just going to make everyone even more riled up going into next season, and especially the short turnaround just going into the league. I think boys will be bitterly disappointed and just really want to kick on rather than have time off. They just want to get going again and get cracking with the league.
Matt, it's obviously a disappointment, and it's been a disjointed period. You've come in through some of that. Do you feel optimistic that while we can learn from those lessons, there's actually a huge amount to look forward to?
Yeah, I think obviously we have an extremely strong squad and there's lots of depth there. So obviously I think we've been a little bit unlucky the last few weeks, and especially that game. Like, geez, that just didn't really go our way. But yeah, there's a lot to look forward to. I think now it's just concentrate on the new season. I think everyone's in pretty good shape. So hopefully we can just move past this and then get on with the new season.
Lewis, there's lots of evidence of teams who have done things like Edinburgh have done this year, and then they've kicked on the second season. After that, this squad's building. They've stuck together through some pretty difficult times. This hurts. Does that hurt? Just get put in the locker for another day to be brought out when it's needed?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we've got such great depth in the squad, and these games. As much as it is hard to lose, I feel like you do learn a lot from these games. So, hopefully, this time next year we'll be in the same sort of position, and you learn from these games. I mean, there's not a lot of times that Edinburgh have been in knockout rugby, and I feel like in the last couple of years we've put our hand up for that a lot, and I feel like it's just going to get better and better. So yeah, I feel like we will kick on a lot stronger next season. We want to be in these positions again, and you just got to learn from these kind of games that you just fall short from. So it's just a good learning experience.
Hodgie, next year it's not the Challenge Cup, it's the Champions Cup. Boys excited for that step up in competition?
Yeah, definitely. We got pretty close with that game against Munster last year, and I think we just want to go and do that again. You always want to be playing in the top competitions and playing against the top teams, especially in Europe. So it's definitely something to look forward to, and for the fans to look forward to as well. And hopefully by that point, we'd love to see some crowds back in the stadium, and we can hopefully have an occasion like what we had against Munster again, and be able to fill it up and get a win this time. Yeah,
absolutely. Listen, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure to spend the afternoon with you, even though Lewis is in the future and we seem to be stuck in 2020, which is finished on a bit of a sour note. But I think you'll all agree and might just nod along with me here. There's a fantastic group of supporters who have been very loyal to the club and shown a huge amount of support through some pretty tricky times. And And I know that they would like to pass on their thanks for all the involvement the players have had in sending messages and being involved on social media and taking part in things like this. So as one of those supporters, I say thank you to you and to the members of the squad, the coaching team and the backroom team, the social media team and the marketing led by Stu Rutherford and his gang. So thank you very much. It's been a disappointing result, but it's been a great afternoon and one of those days of rugby that you just you say you enjoyed it while it went, and we learn the lessons, and hopefully we go again next season. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Enjoy what the future brings. Hopefully we'll see you at the end of season function, and we'll be back at Murrayfield soon with a crowd. And to everybody who tuned in, thank you for joining us. I hope you've had an enjoyable afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the chat from these three. We've had Matty Gordon, we've had Jamie Hodgson and Lewis Carmichael. Thank you, gents, and all the best for the future. And hopefully I'll see you at Murrayfield very soon. My name's Bruce Aitchison. This is Edinburgh Rugby, and we've had a watch along. We didn't get the result we wanted, but we'll have to fight another day because we're Cockers, blue and orange, crazy barmy army. So thank you very much. Have a great end of the month, and hopefully we'll see you at Murrayfield very, very soon.
Cheers, Bruce.
Cheers, Bruce.
Cheers, folks.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.